Let me take you back. I was just 17 years old, high school dropout, no direction, no real plan. And then I joined the U.S. Navy. Right before I left, my older neighbor, a former sailor himself, looked at me and said something I'll never forget. You'll get back out of this experience what you put into it. Simple words, but they stuck. A few months later, I arrived at my first duty station, the USS Enterprise CVN-65, a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. It was overwhelming. A floating city, and the vibe of my new crewmates? Blend in. Don't volunteer. Do the bare minimum. But I remembered what my neighbor had told me, and I did the opposite. I showed up early. I volunteered. I studied. I cared. And not long after, I became the leading petty officer of the navigation department. Side by side with the captain and navigator, on one of the most powerful ships in the world. And that taught me something I've never forgotten. How you show up matters. Not just in the Navy, not just in work, but in life. After the Navy, I landed a job at the very first RE/MAX office in the country. Eventually, I opened my own office. I grew that office to over 70 agents, and then sold it. My first successful business exit. But I wasn't done. I spotted a gap in the market and created an online residential relocation service. Years later, I sold that too, for multiple 7 figures. What fueled all of this? One thing, belief. My father used to make me listen to the early motivational and inspirational speakers, like Earl Nightingale, Zig Ziglar, and Napoleon Hill. Those voices became the foundation of my thinking. Then came the mentors, and then came the mindset. Over the years, I've realized that success doesn't require 100 things. It requires a few things, done consistently, and an unshakable belief that what you want isn't just possible, it's probable. And daily, focused action, even on days when you don't feel like it. And here's the twist. Science backs this up. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity, the ability to rewire itself. When you vividly imagine success, your brain starts firing the same neurons as if it's actually happening. Every time you visualize wealth, feel confidence, or step into power, you create a new internal blueprint. And your actions then start following the map. You can start rewiring your brain on purpose. Visualize with emotion. Feel it as if it's happening now. Write it down. Be specific. Repetition rewires identity. Act as if. Embody your future self today. Protect your inputs. Guard what you watch, read, and hear. Now, here's the reality check. I saw it firsthand when I was a young realtor at RE/MAX. There were agents who were all in on the mindset stuff. Vision boards, seminars, journaling, and look, I believe in all of it. But while they were visualizing, I was making 100 cold calls a day. that made the difference. 85% of new real estate agents fail in the first 5 years. I made $100,000 in my first year, over 30 years ago. Why? Because belief is powerful, but belief plus action is unstoppable. The law of attraction says, think it, visualize it. The law of action says, get up and do something. Wealth isn't built by wishing. It's built by aligned movement. The real magic happens when attraction and action align. Your mindset is the fuel, and your movement, well, that's the engine. Here are 4 action principles that can change everything. First, clarity. You must know exactly what you want. Second, emotion. Feel it in your body. Lock it in. Third, movement. Take one bold step today. And fourth, repetition. Stack habits. Build momentum. Here's the truth. The universe doesn't reward what you want. It rewards what you work for. You don't need more time. You need more alignment. Because when you train your brain and move your feet, there is nothing you can't create.